So you have completed some troubleshooting and you have an error message that says the DNS server isn't responding. And the question is, what does this mean and how do you fix it? And in this video, I will explain to you what this error actually means and then how you can make it go away. And you'll find that a problem is much easier to fix when you understand what that problem actually is. So let's look at what your problem or possibly problems actually are. And to do this, I want to show you a really nice graphic that helps you understand what's going on with your computer. So what I want you to do first is start by typing into the search bar settings and then click settings here. And when you do this, you'll find a menu that looks a bit like this. You have all these various options. I want you to look through these and find where it says network and internet. And when you click on that, you will get something that looks like this. And obviously I've hidden my own internet details because I'm not sharing that on YouTube. And it's this diagram that is very interesting. I want to run through what this diagram actually means. So let's look a bit more closely at this diagram. Now this diagram is extremely helpful in diagnosing internet faults. I'm connected to the internet now, so my diagram looks like this. And what this is telling you is that the computer is connected to the Wi-Fi. That's why there's a straight line. If you have a cross there, that's telling you that you have other problems, that your computer isn't connecting to your Wi-Fi. Then you've got the Wi-Fi here and the internet here. So this is saying that you're connected to the Wi-Fi and you're able to access the internet. The chances are that your problem is here. So the fact that you're getting this error that says the DNS server isn't responding is telling you that something's going wrong here. You're connected to your Wi-Fi if you've got a straight line here, but even though you're connected to the Wi-Fi isn't actually able to connect you to the internet. So when you go to visit a website, it's not going to work. And let's look at what's going wrong. So when you type in Google into the search bar, the computer basically says, I have no idea what this means. The computer doesn't understand the word Google. It's got to turn that into numbers that it can understand. And then it converts those numbers into the web page. It's got to take that number and then work out what this actually means. So I'm going to massively simplify the process. And basically what's going on in your computer is that words are turned into numbers, and that number is looked up on a database. So there is big servers called DNS servers, and I'm simplifying quite a lot, and it does a thing called DNS lookup. So there's a big list that has all the websites in the world, and when that number is looked up on that list, that's when the website loads. And your problem is happening here. The DNS server isn't responding, so the computer is looking up this number for the website, and the database that's got it isn't accessible to the computer. The computer isn't able to work out what this website actually is, and that's why you're not able to access any websites. So let's look at a way to fix this by actually telling the computer where it has to look. So let's start by going to the control panel. So like we went to settings, go to your search bar and type in control and then click control panel. Then when you go to network and internet, and when you click on network and internet, it will open up this. The next step is to click on network and sharing center. So click on that and then you'll get to here. And again, I've hidden my internet details. You then want to look at this bit here where it says connections, and you'll have Wi-Fi, and then in brackets here, that will be whatever Wi-Fi you're connecting to. So if you click on that, that's going to bring up a menu that looks like this. And I've got some quite large numbers here, and I would suspect that if you're not connected to the internet, that you'll actually have some quite small numbers being exchanged. So what you want to do now is click on properties, and then it will bring up this menu. So after you've clicked on properties, you'll get to here, and you need to look through this list and find Internet Protocol version 4. Click on that, and then click on properties. And that will bring up this menu here. And you want to be looking further down. And what we're basically going to do is we're going to tell your computer where the DNS server actually is and say use this one. So you want to select use the following DNS server addresses. I'm going to zoom in here so you can read these. And you want to pause it here. So these numbers you want to type in exactly like I have here. This is what's called OpenDNS, and this is a free open DNS server that anyone can use. An alternative one that you can use is Google's own DNS server, and that's the numbers you type in. So in the first row, you would type in all 8s. In the second row, you would type in 88844. When you type that in, you're basically telling the computer, I want you to use this specific DNS server. So if it doesn't have the ability to use the automatic one, it's going to hopefully be able to use this DNS server. And this should fix your problem. If it doesn't, here's a list of other things that could help you to fix it. So firstly, antiviruses are a big problem, particularly Avast and McAfee can cause a lot of problems. So I'd recommend just completely turning those off and stopping them doing anything, because they sometimes have things built in that control the DNS and will not let you make that change that I've just suggested. You can also try resetting DNS settings. If you see the video description, I've got an explanation of how to do that. Then there's various other things that you can research. So of course, turn it off and on. If you've not tried that, you should have tried that before you watched this. You may have a problem with your network adapter drivers, and you'll have to update those. So that's not an easy process because you're not connected to the internet. So you would have to transfer it using, say, a USB. Try turning off your firewall, resetting your modem. If you've recently updated your computer, you may want to revert backwards because it may be an update that's caused your problem. Try turning off Internet Protocol version 6, clearing your DNS cache. And if all of that fails, I'm kind of out of ideas, and you might need a new computer, or there's something else to do. But once you've run through all of these and the suggestions in the video, I'm really struggling to find something else to do. So hopefully my fix in the video has solved your problem. If not, run through all of these, and I really hope that at least one of these works. Good luck with fixing your computer, and finally, thank you very much for watching.